Hello, my name is Luis Guillermo Burto Pineda, and I'm going to talk about the first assignment, well, assignment two actually, that is about teaching reading. Uh, in order to develop reading skills, well, I'm going to summarize a little bit about what I have read in this great chapter. I say great chapter because it's so interesting. As you remember, I told you that for me, it's one of the most difficult activities to do for students. I mean, it's not easy to have a good reading, a reading comprehension. There's a lot of students that read and they can even answer questions, but they don't understand. I mean, they are just repeating or just doing something mechanically, just remembering what was in the text and just answering true or false, um, but without understanding. So, in order to go deeper, in order to have meaningful activities, significant activities, we as teachers need to do much more than this. First of all, to motivate. We need to motivate our students. We need to um, give them uh, real material, real uh, text that they can realize that they are doing something, that they are learning something useful. I mean, authentic materials. There was in the meeting we had, we were just making that comparative between genuine or genuineness versus authenticity, sorry, of the papers. So authentic material is great. So I can just talk about some newspapers. I mean, things that are current, that are important for everybody. Yes, we can talk about letters, and in order to integrate skills, it's not about just isolated activities. They have to do more than that. For example, read and describe, read and then write about it. I mean, do more than just have reading. As the text describes, we can read for information or for pleasure. And it is a great challenge for we as teachers to give them both, that they can just search and research information in the papers they are reading, and besides that, that they have fun, that they enjoy the activity. They can do more than just answer a simple type of true or false um, questions and stuff. And the text is, well, the traditional approach is mentioned, and some important aspects, some examples as well. The difference, I insist about authentic text that are samples of language. Something really interesting for me was when they adapt not just the four skills that we are very used with. Okay, for example, we know that two productive skills are speaking and writing, and sometimes kind of hard to make our students write correctly, write formally, etc., and to speak correctly without uh, lots of slangs and stuff. Besides those productive skills that we have, like writing and speaking, we have obviously the receptive ones, that is listening and reading, this one. And in the text, there is like language awareness, that is like a fifth skill, or we in Cambridge call it use of English, that is made up of vocabulary, grammar, and functions. All these elements are important, and in these international certifications, we take care of the five different aspects to consider. So it's reading and use of English, but they are assessed in a separated form. So language awareness has to do with all this, the way we are going to use functions, the way we are going to use grammar, vocabulary, etc. So that the text is great. I really enjoy it, and I can tell you a little bit about my experience when I'm just working, when I'm having like a class, how to teach a text-based frame with a text-based framework. For example, the very first thing I do in a class with my students, let me tell you what kind of students can be like a intermediate level, a B1 level. The first thing is leading. Okay, so that warm up. If the text is about fruit, okay, we'll start asking some questions about what kind of fruits do you like, what kind of fruits do you enjoy. So this way to warm up, to lead in, to be involved in the topic, to activate language is just great. The second thing I do is the pre-teach. So some keywords that we have like important for the reading that I in advance, of course, I have read and I have identified those words. Well, I just have like a handout or I just write them on the board, and I ask them and I ask my students to match the keywords with the description of them. They are intermediate, so description is obviously in English as well. So higher or stronger students can help the group, and in a brainstorm exercise they can just match the keywords so they have they know how to to use those words. Then we have in that uh, we have the task that is when I provide them, when I give them the handouts, the text, and they go through the text, read the text, analyze the text, and then have some activities. After reading, I elicit examples from the text. I elicit, that is like a magic word at present, instead of teaching, eliciting information from students, and to know what is their opinion about the topic, what did they like, what did they hate, any question, but to be involved with the text. Then is the language focus, MFP, that is pronunciation, that is form, and that is meaning. In that order, meaning, form, and pronunciation. Meaning, the correct use of that grammar, that words that are working together, and then the form, how to use that form, how to use the structures. For example, if I'm using enough as an adverb, how to use it in front of adjectives or in front of nouns, so they're different. And pronunciation, some drillings that is just fine with those words that we have or that I have pre-teach, and it's a great activity. Then we have a controlled practice. Controlled practice is that one answer is correct for the whole group. And we're talking about the text again. I insist the text provides examples of different kind of questions, WH questions, polar questions, assessment, etc. So we work with a controlled practice and then a freer or freer practice, and I close the class with the feedback. Thanks, Professor. I really enjoyed this first week with these great topics. See you soon. Bye bye.